Okay, so we actually continue on the web development course, that is a front-end course. Uh, in fact, don't be deceived by people actually telling you that you only need a video course or one-on-one before you can actually get to know front-end. Web development as a thing, or any kind of development stake, either you being a mobile app developer or anything. Okay. Now, let me tell you this. You need resources together with whatever you're doing, okay? For instance, when I was starting development, I actually based on a whole lot of things. There are a whole lot of resources out there you can actually base on. Some you would even purchase courses or even attend classes, okay, somewhere to actually gain more knowledge on whatever you're doing. But I have actually made this course so that you don't go pay additional amount of money anywhere, but you can base on my resource together with other resources I'm going to show you. There are a lot of resources, but I'm actually going to show you a few. You can actually research and get more, and then you base on that to become a very good developer. And then give yourself about 3 months, okay? 3 months, because you cannot be on the computer the whole day like continuously like me. So give yourself like 3 months to practice and practice and practice, and another 3 months to build projects. Like, so in together 6 months. Okay, I know some developers out there when they are getting started, they give themselves like 6 months to learn everything. No, I wouldn't do that. I'd rather kind of use a month. Well, it based on everybody's strength, like a month or 3. If like you have someone to direct you, like you have me directing. I didn't have anyone directing me, so I was just jumping here and there, going in and out and stuff. But now that you have someone to actually direct you, you can use like 3 months to practice whatever I'm gonna teach you, and then to do it continuously, learn, get resources, okay, like within 3 months. Then use another 3 months to build real projects, okay. Call someone, tell the person you can build a website for the person. Call a school, go to someone, a businessman or a friend, tell the person you can build a website for the person at a low price, and then try do it, okay. Force yourself to do the front end, okay. It is good to challenge yourself, okay. It will help you rather than actually spending like a whole 6 months trying to learn everything. Come on, every day there are new stuff coming up. It means after the 6 months you're also going to waste another kind of months in building the software or trying to come up with a project. So as I said, with 3 months, you use the 3 months to study, okay, and get to know everything. Then you use another 3 months to practically do the thing. Like you go to someone, I mean professionally, go to someone, tell the person I can build. I just completed, doing front-end course, and I want to build a front-end website for you. Okay, then you show the person an example of the kind of website, then you force yourself to do it. Okay, there will be pressure on you. You learn how to contain pressure and others. It's good for you. Okay, so we're going to start our course, but before we're going to start our course, let me show you some of the resources that you can actually follow up. You can follow up on W3 schools, okay, W3 schools. So let me see W3 schools. You can go on W3 schools here. At least this is good for web development, and it is good, right? It's good, but it kind of, after you learn, you kind of buy certificates and other things here. I also came here to take some kind of reference during my times when I had no mentor. I would just come here and pick up stuff. So here it is fully loaded for you. You can come here and then get reference. Okay, good. So now let's go back to what we are in here for. Now, before you start any project, as I said, you are doing everything practically like you are being hired to work as a front-end developer. You don't just get up and say I'm a front-end developer when you don't know how to even structure a folder, or you don't know how to plan a project. Okay, so you need to plan. You need to learn how to plan. You need some tools in order to actually get into your development. You need Visual Studio Code, okay. You need to download Visual Studio Code. I recommend Visual Studio Code, though there's Atom, there's Bracket, there's others, right? But I recommend Visual Studio Code. And also you should get a place where a working area. When I say working area, I mean a folder on your desktop or on your computer where you're gonna keep your projects. Okay, you should have a project, a folder like that. And then you're gonna need a software you're gonna use, sorry, to design your website that you'll be building. You don't just get up and start building website. That is, a lot of people have actually graduated from the university and all they know is that they do projects. When they are told to build project, they just get up and they design the if their project is going to make use of a database. Most of them are doing relational database, that is the SQL. They just model the database and they draw it on a book, and then they replicate it inside maybe MS SQL or any other place. So they just do it there. And I tell you, most of them don't know, okay, that in building the interface of the website, they need to design before they do it. They just get up and they start writing codes. That is what is happening. I'll lie to you. Just go to any university. I've actually had a word with so many university students. I'm in a university myself, but I didn't get to know coding or development before inside university. I actually did my thing. I actually knew coding development outside university. I just went into university for certificate. To myself, I'll say certificate because I knew what I knew before getting into it. Okay, but when I got in, I tried trying to consult some university students about development. I realized that most of them they just get up and write code. I used to do some before, some years ago, but you see, that is why it is good to have someone leading you in development. I didn't get anybody leading me in development, right? But I struggled and it helped me. It got me to understand a lot of things, right? Before you start development, you need to design it. You need to design the system. You don't just get up and build a house without having an architecture, okay, of the building. You just don't put things here and there, okay, like a foundation. You put up a foundation and then no, you need to have the design, the plan. Okay, good. So we have set softwares that we use in doing that design. You need those softwares. In fact, we are not going to be using any proprietary software here. We're going to be using full open source, okay, open source softwares, right? So I have a software for UI design. When I talk about UI, I mean user interface, okay? Let me open. I have a board. I have open board. I have a board here. Okay, so I have this thing here. Is I call it the open. It's called open board. It's called open board. I have this thing here. Sorry for the cuts. I have this thing here. It's called open board, where I use in teaching. Okay, you can also download it. It's also an open source software. In fact, before you actually get into front end, I don't know how to erase this. Let me erase this quickly. I can't erase all. Okay. Alright, so we are actually going to do what we call front end, right? Good. Now, our front end, before you actually get into front end, you're going to do what we call UI and then UX, right? Good. But I'm actually going to focus more. I'm going to explain UX and I'll explain UI, but we'll be focusing more on UI, right? And then that is the roadmap, okay? So here we talk about some software, right? Software used in UX and then UI development, and then we'll then go straight forward to the kind of technologies used for UI development. We use HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript, right? For the UI front-end design, right? Good. Now, these have frameworks, okay? So we're making use of frameworks, and we'll be using frameworks like Bootstrap, frameworks and then libraries, right? Bootstrap, semantics, etc., right? And then here we'll make use of jQuery. For the JavaScript, we'll make use of what? jQuery. okay, jQuery. Now these all have versions, right? Now, as I said, the software that you need for your front end, you need to download these front end, okay? And then your front end development, right? You need to have these softwares. Number one, you need to get to download Lunacy, okay, Lunacy. So go online and then type download Lunacy UI, right? Just search Lunacy UI and then download that software. And then two, you need Visual Studio Code, VS Code, right? You need to download Visual Studio Code on your computer. So we need these two for now. As time goes on, we'll get to do the rest, okay? So I'll leave you to go download your Lunacy and then your VS Code, okay? Good. So now let me show you how Lunacy is like, and then how VS Code is like. So the next course, the next video will actually come up. We're actually going to start with the beginning of HTML, okay? We're going to start with HTML, and the version is HTML5, okay? So we're actually going to build a live project. We're actually going to build a live project with it whilst we are learning. Whilst we are learning, we'll be building a project, okay? Good. So I want you to have a practical experience on what we are going to do in the front end. So thank you for your time. This video is quite short, but it's also helpful. But I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to show you the Lunacy right now. Okay, so this is Lunacy that I've opened here. You can see there's even a project that I designed with it. This is Lunacy we use for UI design. Yeah, you used to design the user interface of your website before you actually build your website, so that you actually know what you are going to do instead of wasting time moving up and down, not knowing what to do. And then this is Visual Studio Code down there. I'm actually launching Visual Studio Code. So download Lunacy and then also get your Visual Studio Code, and then let's put things up so that you become one of the best of your kind, okay? So you can see that project that I showed you. This, I designed it before I actually got into it. If I had not designed, I would have taken me a whole lot of time. I remember you building the project overnight, right? Was it overnight? No, it was in the night. I built it in the night, some few hours. Because I already had a design, I quickly just put it up quickly. It's left with this part, the login section and everything. So this is Visual Studio Code. This is where we're building our project and everything. So get Visual Studio Code so that we can use it in coding. So let's move out to the next lesson where we're actually going to get into HTML and understand HTML. Try to combine try to combine the knowledge that we gain from, or what we learn from HTML, to build some basic projects.